This is your one and only problem, and it is your fucking job to get the fuck over it if you want to impact thousands of people and if you want to make a fuck ton of money. It is your job to be like, how can I make visibility and content creation no big fucking deal?
Welcome to Did I Stutter with Jill Perick. And yeah, I probably did because I have a stuttering disability. But I'm also a multiple six-figure business and mindset coach who's here to help you shut down the mindfuckery of imposter syndrome, self-doubt, and playing the nice girl in your content so you and your brand can blow the fuck up and so you can stack the motherfucking cash. I'm holding absolutely nothing back. We're talking marketing, messaging, mindset, subconscious healing, nervous system regulation, and how to do it all even with raging anxiety, ADHD, and just being a fucking human. If fuck is one of your favorite words and nothing can get in between you, your iced coffee, or the work that you're here to do, I'm your girl. Let's dive in.
Okay, guys, I need to rage for a second. I don't know if it's because I'm in follicular, if I'm getting close to ovulation, whatever the fuck it is. This is not a luteal chat. This is a fired up chat. So if you are in luteal, if you are somebody who is very sensitive, I don't know why you would be here anyways, but this is gonna be a little bit of a rant because something that I am so fucking sick of seeing is people who will do everything but be fucking visible, but create content, but show up and do it consistently. And I know that this seems like a basic conversation, but the thing is, the basics are what makes you money. I talked about this last year when I was going through a little bit of an income dip and I was like, what contributed to this? A big reason was, there were a ton of reasons, but a big reason was I had significantly pulled back energetically and visibly. Meaning, of course I was posting. Of course I was doing the consistency part, okay? I was still uploading a post every single day, only one, and it was usually a carousel. And then I would do stories, but I would just do slides. And honestly, when I started doing talking head reels, even though it was killing me, because I was like, fuck, I don't want to do this, but I did it anyways. When I started talking on my stories again, when I started like really curating how I felt on a frequency level and really like bringing that energy, that spiciness, that directness, that honesty to my page again, things picked up massively. I secured over $230,000 in sales in just a couple of months. And I'm in a completely different place. Like I'm in a completely different place this year than I was last year. And I couldn't even imagine if you would have told me this time last year, like you're going to be in this place, you would be like, I would be shocked. Like I would be like, did I really do all of that in a year? And if I really were to break it down, it's because I had to have the fucking courage to be visible again. I was already consistent, but I wasn't being visible. And I think that there's a lot of people online who say it's a bunch of different things. It's like, oh, you have to do this with your offers and you have to do this with your messaging and your positioning and your mindset and all of these things. And like all of those things contribute to the problem. And the problem is there are people who are simply just not fucking visible. They are not creating and they're not doing it every fucking day. You are not owed a single fucking thing, and you can be the smartest person in the entire fucking industry. You could be sitting on a brain and ideas that have the potential to make you thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you will not do it on this timeline if you do not master being visible through all of the seasons, being consistent, and creating your own shit, creating your own offers, creating your own content, creating your own thought leadership. And as soon as you start to do those things, they become less of a problem for you. And that's when you start to go into, okay, what's happening in my sales conversations? What's happening with my messaging? What's happening with my positioning? There were a lot of clients who I used to coach who would be so stressed out about like their messaging and the words they're using, but they weren't showing up enough. And I would tell them, I would rather you post and create content that isn't exactly hitting the mark or just feels like it's unorganized or it's messy or it's not exactly what you want to say, because you will get more clear the more you do it. I would rather you post more than post once a week and it be a perfect post, because the chances are, even if somebody reads it, if you are not visible, they're not going to trust you. And I think that's what it comes down to, is like a big reason why people hire me is because they trust me and because they've seen me doing this for years. And I used to feel ashamed about that. I used to be like, well, I want to like be able to communicate to people that they need to purchase faster and buy faster, and like I help you like help clients purchase faster. And like, yeah, I've definitely had clients who have dropped in, they've opted into something free and then they bought. Like that happens a lot. But what also happens a lot is the fact that people see that I've been doing this for years. They see me selling the same thing I was fucking selling last year, the same signature offer, and they see it and they're like, damn, this bitch has been at it. She's talking about the same thing. She's sharing her wins. She's visible. She's sharing her opinions. I trust her. And some people are looking at you to see. There have been a couple people where I have realized that they've dropped off and they haven't really like posted for like almost a month. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like you were so consistent. You were so consistent. You were doing the thing. And yeah, of course, shitty things happen in life. Yeah, of course we get sick. Of course these things fucking happen to us. But your business is not forgiving and the online space is not forgiving. And that's harsh. Like that's harsh to hear. But for you to pull back, you are slowing down so much momentum that you could be having, truly. And this is more about a rant about those people, because I know the majority of people that follow me, that listen to me, like you're already doing these things. You already fucking know this and you fucking agree. Because I think the reason why we're in a quote unquote trust recession is because of these motherfuckers that have come into the industry and you buy from them because they're really good at their marketing and their messaging, and then they disappear. Like I was on this really big coaches podcast like years ago. It was in like 2021 or something like that. And at the time I was listening to her podcast, like she just sounded very like bitter and over it. And then I was on it and I was so excited to be on it. And then she just fell off and like now she has a regular job. And let me tell you that like that's okay. If you come into the online space and you realize like this is not the space for you, like that's fine. But I think why we're in a, again, quote unquote trust recession is that people see this and they see people fall off. They see them sell an offer, a signature offer that is like 5 figures, and then they never talk about it again. So I get it. I fucking get it. But you can consume all of the podcasts. You can do all of the things, but you will never get to where you need to be if your problem is, I can't be visible and I can't do it consistently. These are the problems that you need to fucking get through in order for you to even get to the realm of like messaging and marketing and assessing your sales conversations. You need to be visible and you need to be doing it consistently. And you can't have somebody have to tell you that. You have to do it on your own accord, because it's the bare fucking minimum. It is the bare fucking minimum to show up consistently and to be visible and to acclimate to whatever is happening in the industry. Now, am I saying that when Reels came out and everybody was like dancing and lip syncing to Reels, was I doing that? I think I was lip syncing to some sounds and they were actually fucking hilarious because I'm hilarious, but I didn't really often do dancing Reels because I'm a horrible dancer, but I had to adapt. That's the word I was looking for. I had to adapt. I had to adapt to the way Instagram was changing. I had to adapt to the way that people were like doing their marketing and doing their messaging, and that's why the business is almost at 7 figures in lifetime fucking revenue, is because through it all, I have always adapted. I have always adapted. I have always changed as the industry has changed, and I have always fucking shown up, and I have always fucking sold through devastating grief, through difficult things with clients, through everything. I have shown the fuck up and I have been visible. And it is just not something that everybody has. But if you are not fucking visible and consistent, and like if that is your biggest problem and you're hearing this and you're like, whoa, first of all, you're on one. But second of all, like this is me, like this is your problem. This is your one and only problem. And it is your fucking job to get the fuck over it if you want to impact thousands of people and if you want to make a fuck ton of money. It is your job to be like, how can I make visibility and content creation no big fucking deal? But what some people do is they start going, maybe I'll go off Instagram and I'll just do email marketing. Maybe I'll just do email and YouTube. Like maybe I'll just have a podcast. Or maybe I don't need to use social media at all. And it feels like it makes sense to your brain. It feels like it makes sense to your brain because like it's a solution and it's new. So you get the dopamine hit from it being a solution and it being new. But truly, this is just a distraction. Because you can impact so many fucking people through your social media. You can reach so many different people through your social media. It's free and it's all from you putting the pressure and the perfectionism on yourself. And I fucking have been there. I have been there. As I've grown, as I've scaled, as I've worked with so many people too, like people are going to tell you, don't do this, do that, don't do this, do that. And like you also have to find what works for you and find your voice. And it's gonna be messy. It's gonna be messy and unorganized. Do it anyways because you will make money even if it's not perfect. Even if your feed looks like shit, you will make money. I have made almost 7 figures in lifetime revenue. And if I looked at my feed from even 6 months ago, I'd be like, oh, I didn't love that. Or if I looked at a sales page that I did and then I had it reviewed by my coach and she was like, you need to fix this, you need to fix that. I'm like, how did I not see that? You know, like you don't know what you don't know, but you need to allow yourself to be in fucking progress, because you will make money and you will sign clients and you will get more experience. But you won't if you are not allowing yourself to be visible and to be seen and to create from your soul, from your heart, from your ideas, from your thought leadership. And again, everything else doesn't matter. If you are not showing up and selling, nothing matters. Like I have coached clients before that have come to every single call and they're like, oh, I didn't show up this week, or I didn't do this, I didn't do that. And then they want to talk about things like their curriculum, or they want to talk about like something here and something there. And I'm like, let's talk about the fact that you refuse to be fucking visible. Like that is going to be our main conversation until you fucking do it. And then we can talk about everything else. But you won't make money until you fucking send it, until you allow yourself to be visible and you show up. And every single person that you see online who is successful, their bare minimum is they show the fuck up for their brand and they are visible for their brand. I remember it was last year, I posted about, it was some like flippant thread. It was like, if you don't post every day, don't expect to make 10K a month. Again, super vague. Obviously, there are tons of different niches and nuances, but people on Threads don't understand nuance, just so everybody knows. And of course, I got a lot of comments. And I actually had a client at the time come to a call and be like, I saw everybody's response and there was people on there who said, I post 2 times a week and I make 30K a month, blah, 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 blah. And I said, but that doesn't apply to you because you don't even show up. Like you don't even show up at all. So everything would be more of a conversation. Like we would be able to have more of a conversation if you even showed up at all, right? It's the bare fucking minimum. It is the bare fucking minimum for you to show up and sell. And again, you will see every person who is successful, even if they are making 7 figures, multiple 6 figures, multiple 7 figures, they have a visible brand presence. They get their ass on whatever platform you are on, and they are doing the same shit as you. And the only difference, it's not that they're smarter, it's not any of that shit. The only difference is that when they started, they were relentless and they kept doing that, and they are continuing to be relentless. Don't believe the things where like people say like, oh, I make X amount a month and I only show up 2 times a week, blah, 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 blah. That's great. And there's way more behind the scenes that you don't even know. Perhaps they were scrappy and showed up so fucking hard at the beginning. And now they have the luxury and they have the freedom that they don't have to do that. Or they implemented systems and they hired a team. Guess what you need to implement systems and hire a team and do all that shit? Money, recurring income. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to prioritize. And this is what is going to make you the most money, is by showing up and selling and being visible and addressing all of the things that come up around that, because there's fucking tons of it. There's the limiting beliefs, there's the being seen, there's the afraid to be canceled. There's the consistency of it. There's the capacity of it. How do I stay this visible in a season when I'm having a baby, or when this is happening, or when this is happening? How do I do it when I'm grieving? There's a conversation around all of this, and there's always a solution. And the people that have fallen off, they didn't see the solution for themselves. But it's just putting you farther and farther away from the result you want when you think your fucking problem is something else, when it's really the fact that you are just not visible.